Today I'm taking out the 2022 Kawasaki KLR 650. The more I ride this, the more I realize you could take this across the country. And it is truly, I think right now, the best value for the money as far as a bike is concerned that I've ridden in quite a while. Now, it's got an 8.3 inch clearance from the ground, which is great for when you want to go off the grid.
Right. Plenty of Nerf bars.
Yeah, exactly. It's got all kinds of safety features. It's a 652cc motor, weighs 487 pounds. And for me, this bike right here, for me personally, when you get up to about 75, 80 miles an hour, you're vibrating a little bit, but that's also because
look at the tires.
Exactly. So you can make adjustments for that. But I would keep these tires on here for me to have the best of both worlds. I watched a video of a guy on Revzilla where he actually said that he took it bone dry on purpose just to see how far this 6.1 gallon tank could take him, because they also made a bigger tank. And he got 200, according to him, 285 miles. Now, I would never do that. I would never run it that dry. But I'm also a guy who hates stopping for gas. I'm lazy. I want to just ride.
You don't want to just get off and stretch and...
Yes, but I don't want to have to pump gas.
No.
I just want to go.
And speaking of going, there goes my buddy Jay on my 2000 Harley-Davidson Road King Classic. It's so strange to see somebody else riding my bike, but it's a purty one, ain't it? All right, so you can see I'm on the KLR, or if you couldn't, now you can. So the highlights for me are the 652cc motor. It is a crawler, it's a grinder. It's not going to get you to freeway speed super fast, but it will maintain it easily. And it really is the best of both worlds when you combine road with dirt riding. You can almost climb a tree with this thing. It's awesome. Now, this adventure model has ASB and USB, so it's listed at Kawasaki.com at $8,199. A lot of bike for the money, in my opinion. I'm always talking about seat height. It's very important for me with a 29-inch inseam at 5'10". It's almost comical that my legs are that short at my height. But with 34.3 inches off the ground, the seat height, normally that's an issue for me. For this one, it is not. And the reason why is, yes, I'm on my tiptoes, and that bothers me just a little bit. But the reason I think you'd be okay if you're the same height as me in the legs is because it only weighs 487 pounds in working order. So it's real easy to balance at stoplights and stop signs, and with an 8.3 inch ground clearance, it's great for on and off the road. I also love the 6.1 gallon larger fuel tank for more distance. Now, I am told you can get 250 to 275 miles on one tank depending on the type of riding that you're doing. And this new model is designed to be more comfortable on the road while still giving you a great ride off-road. Truly is a go-anywhere bike. And with the USB port, which is new to this bike, it's really great for charging batteries while you're in the middle of nowhere. Think about this: if you have a satellite phone, a Garmin, or a Spot or whatever, that's great for safety. The windscreen's 2 inches taller than the previous models, gives you a little more protection there. And I love the suspension. Feels like you're riding on a cloud when you hit the whoops and speed bumps on or off the road. So, pretty cool. Little bit of vibration after about 65 to 75 miles per hour, but nothing dramatic, nothing I wouldn't expect. I think you can take this bike just about anywhere.
This is something I always love about these bikes. Pavement ends, and in most cases it just doesn't matter. Just about go anywhere you want with these things. I love it. I do love the suspension on this. It feels so good on this road. Nice and smooth. As I've said before, I like a little bit softer suspension, and that's how this is set. Real easy. I do wish that when you goose it, it got you there a little quicker, just to get you out of trouble. Just a minute ago, I didn't have my camera rolling. A couple of big old semi trucks were going down the 52 East as I'm heading up to go up the 15 that I'm on now. And a van almost went into a car in front of a semi so badly he honked his, well, not honked, pulled his air horn. And they rarely do that. And that's where, had I had a little more power, I probably would have chosen to veer to my left and gun it. Instead, I just slowed down and backed off a little bit, which, for the way it turned out, okay, because I'm still here, but I would have chosen to veer to the left and gun it past this in case they collided. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but just a little more goose on the throttle, that's all.
So I wanted to give you a bird's eye view of the fog lights when they're off and then the fog lights when they're on. And I really do think this is a great feature if you're riding at night or you get stuck in the dark. It really is going to help in my opinion. This is the USB port that I was telling you about earlier in the video. Super easy to get to, easy to use, charging those devices if you get in trouble or just for convenience, really. And then there's an auxiliary port. This, I think, is a great feature. For as simple as the technology is on this bike overall, I really do like that it has a few features that are important. Here's your saddlebag, real easy to get into. All the specs are going to be in the description below, but just showing you visually what the capacity is and how easy it is to get in and out of it. And I wanted to show you the display at night just to let you see how it lights up. I really think it's clear, it's bright. You have your fuel gauge, you have your time, you have your speedometer. Not much more than that. It's a really simple display. So on one hand, doesn't have all the technology of some of the more expensive bikes, but enough to get you by. And it's really simple and cheaper to fix. Now, I have to admit, this little compartment with your toolkit in it I thought was just cutesy at first until I actually needed it. Real easy to get in and out of. That's important for me. I want something really simple. Here's your toolkit that I thought I would never need to use. But you can see that you've got a wrench, you've got your pliers, you've got a Phillips screwdriver, an Allen wrench, some other things in there. I had to use it to tighten my left mirror 2 or 3 times until I got home to do a better job of it. But I got to tell you, came in handy. All right, well, that was a fun ride. The 2022 Kawasaki KLR 650. Had a blast on this one. You know, over time, I got more and more fond of it. And want all the information that's down in the description. Please tell your friends about it. Also share my channel, subscribe, it's how I grow it. Got a little distracted because my son behind the camera actually is about to pee his pants. So we better go. Thanks for stopping by.